Come on along. Wrong way, Feldman. Here we are again. Hey, just to preface this video, I took a bunch of video and then something happened to the video and it didn't work out to get to the video. The footage is, I swear it would never happen to me, but anyways, the Valmet, we did the wheel fell off bit, and then I did a short that says, well, the wheel didn't fall off the front, but the front end did. I did a bunch of videoing showing what happened. The machine, after the wheel fell off a couple weeks ago, and I welded it back on, went out to the woods to another job, I don't know, for 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever it was, and then I got a call, hey, the machine don't move. It don't move, Mike. So Mike sent Troy out to the woods, and he pulled the pump back from underneath the cab, and the engine was running and nothing was spinning down there where the pump was. So we knew something was going on with the transmission and or the connector between the transmission and the engine. So to make a long story short, and where the video is going to pick up, is the plastic wheel, phenolic, whatever they call it, I don't know, just was gone. And it, as a matter of fact, the old owner from 20 years ago came into the shop the other day, and he looked at it and went, huh, I did that. He had Nortrax do that same job probably 20 years ago. So that's how long it lasted. And so I'm going to show you what I had to do to the flywheel. And then of course the part came in today, we got busy and it's already put back together, and I didn't have the camera going, and so you're just going to watch me fix the flywheel and yammer, stammer, and talk smart. Alright, well, I hope you enjoy it. Watch it to the end. I really appreciate you guys watching this stuff and commenting. It's really good for me. And everybody else. Alright, follow along, won't you? Here we are again in the barn. Can you tell? I'm in the barn. Hey, back just what I was just showing you a little while ago about that flywheel and that the plastic gear that runs the torque converter on that 546 Valmet. Gee, they had the gear in stock at the worst parts place in the world. Wouldn't you know where Valmet parts come from? I didn't say that, but you got to look up the parts before you call them. That's usually how it goes. Anyways, they had it in stock because we have a book. And what I'm doing in here now is I got the flywheel in front of me, and what we discovered is this happened once before. So there's 32 bolts. There's only 16 that are used on there. So what I'm doing is, because they're all sheared off flush pretty much, is I'm taking the old TIG welder, TIG, and I'm putting the beans to it, putting the berries to it, welding a lump on the top so I can get at it. I don't know why nobody did that on the last one, but whatever. And look at that. That'll shrink up that, what you call it, Loctite if they used it. And there we go. We got one coming apart right now. I got another bunch of them to go, but I think I'm going to get them all. There was one crazy one that was broke off real deep, but let's see if I can hook onto that and with one hand. Of course, we're doing this with YouTube in the background. Anyways, they're coming out. So that means Mike wins again. You know what I mean? There we go. Look at that. So that means this is salvaged. I don't have to find a flywheel. May have to run a tap in them, but probably should anyways, because that's what we do. But yeah, that's 1 out of 15 more to go. So we're doing good. I'm going to fire the welder back up, and we're going to just keep on trucking here. and get them all out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more to go, and then I got to get them all out. So we'll see how that plays out. So yeah, pretty interesting, ain't it? Yeah, it smells like Loctite. When you burn it, it smells like when it's. I'm sure they put Loctite on here. These bolts actually in the parts book are supposed to be. They're supposed to be wired together. They're supposed to have the cross hole in them. And maybe that was the last guys didn't do it. Whatever. Maybe that's because this machine is as old as the Mayflower. So, anyways, just thought I'd bring you into that, and then tomorrow we'll have this thing put back together. Hopefully the part's going to show up tomorrow afternoon, and he'll be back rocking and rolling. So we'll see you guys later. I'll bring you back for some more, perhaps. Well, there you have it, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Got them all welded. I'm going to take a little break and let this all, it's not that hot, cool off, but you see that? Oh, look it. Oh, look it. Oh, look it. Oh, yeah. They'll come out with a little bit of, you guys just work at them. Oh, yeah, that one's the easy one. It's all turning so far. What you like about welding on something steel next to cast iron is it won't stick to the cast iron. Unless you're really doing something silly like using, I don't know, the wrong stuff. But look at that. They all wiggle. They're all wiggling. If I had uncoated nuts, like regular hex nuts, I'd have just welded them on top and used the little impact. But seeing I don't have any uncoated, look at that. Look at that. Uh-oh. Oh, yep, that one's gonna go too. Seeing I don't have any uncoated, I got to sharpen my tungsten enough the way it is with the Loctite or whatever that's in these boiling up. Alright, oh, yep. I just got done welding, so I shouldn't be messing with them, but I just like to show off. Did you hear that? Look at that. Just like downtown. Alright, enough of that. So, prove my point, right? So now it went from a flywheel that I can't find to a flywheel that's going to work again. Take off that. Ooh. Yeah, well, I'll have to just take off the smears from where the bolts were, and I can do that with a polishing wheel. Probably use a Scotch-Brite style. And then that's it. Then we'll be able to put her back together when the parts show up. Well, that fell down. Okay. So, there. It's like 14 below out. So we're going to go out and we'll see you later. Huh. Yeah, break time's over. Here we are. Playing with our bolts. You gotta watch these things. I got a nice blister yesterday from this damn vice grips. But look here. So far so good. You're just gonna watch me take studs out, aren't you? Bolts. It's been a good day. Just got to talk to an old buddy of mine that's still running parts. Look at that. And like I said earlier, I'd have welded little nuts on all of these, but they have to not be coated. Some of these are a little bit tricky. Sometimes you gotta just work them. And they used a lot of Loctite, I'll tell you that. I can smell it. I can smell it there, hey. That one I got a little bit lopsided, hey. Let's try that once. Look at that. Got quite a collection going there. Maybe I can weld the heads back on and reuse them, huh? What do you guys think? Of course. Look at that, another winner. I only got one problem these days. You wanna know what my problem is? These things, they get numb after a while from all these years of doing this stuff. I'm whining now. Look at that. 3 more to go. And we have salvaged a flywheel. Just like the junkyard, we salvage stuff. Or we junk it, I guess. Yeah, the old dexterity in the hand starts going, and in your 50s, I think. Is that because I'm 55 or something? Get a grip on her, Mike. Tumor. Not a tumor, 2 more. Yeah, and the boys, I'm surprised they're... This machine was dead out in the woods last Wednesday. Troy went and looked at it. And he pulled the pump back to determine... The engine ran, the brakes released. The operator said it quit driving and made a kind of a grinding noise. And it quit driving. And so what Troy did to find out was he just went out in the woods and pulled the pump back out of the transmission, the backside of the transmission where the pumps are driven. Fired it up and nothing was turning in there. So we knew we had a catastrophic type of failure somewhere. And then we got a whole herd of people together. The guy owns a 440D skidder. Got a guy with a lowboy out there who said he would drive 80 acres back in the woods. They plowed it out, got him in there, I should say. Then they just winched the machine onto the lowboy. And then when it got here, I used my little Perkins front end loader, and we pulled her off the lowboy and just pulled her in the shop and followed around, and it did a pretty good job. And that was Friday. Nobody worked. We had a snowstorm all weekend. And then that's not why nobody worked. It's just they had shit going on Friday. Stuff going on. And so they took the engine apart just yesterday. And this is what we discovered. And I'll be damned, like I said earlier, if they didn't have the parts in stock. Except this flywheel was going to get the best of me. Well, everybody thinks so, but there we are. 16 of them. Everyone turned out, so I'm going to go get a tap and chase them, clean them up good. And then you'll see a short, or you'll see something with that machine back together and driving out of the shop, hopefully. Alright, that'll be the end for this one. Thanks for coming along and watching me do stupid stuff. That's not stupid. People learn stuff all the time. Hasta lumbago.